But before we run out of time here, we got to get into our Out There segment this week. And boy, this is one that I've got. This will get you primed up for the upcoming Halloween month, where we'll do our traditional series of Out Theres on some strange creatures that might exist or most likely only exist in your imagination. But, we've long since passed by the days of witches, warlocks, vampires, and werewolf. And Pat George, you remember those days from years ago. So we're past those days. But this is a story that I wanted to share with you. And I watched just a real snippet of a game a couple of weeks ago involving Tom Brady and the Patriots. And boy, does he look calm in the pocket. I mean, the man, obviously, he's done it so many times that he's got a very calm nature about himself. And they just dismantled the Dolphins yesterday, apparently. And I'm sure he displayed that similar level of calmness. But let's hear what Tom Brady actually attributes his success to. And I think you're going to find it interesting because he attributes it to his wife, who he says is a witch. He says she's a witch, just a good witch. Now listen carefully.
I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game. Because she just wills it so much.
Makes an altar.
And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. And of course, we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, I'm asking, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
You hear that? You're lucky you married a witch. Just a good witch.
I thought witches were ugly.
No, apparently not. Apparently witches are the hottest women you can marry, I guess. But you know what? They come with additional problems, potentially. And, of course, we won't have time to talk about all those. But this clip you just heard, one of the reasons I wanted to play the clip, because we have mentioned this on the show before, but the clip you just heard was from February of this year. So February 2019, right? And so this is very recent that he's revealing this, that his success through the years is due to his wife, at least as far as he calls it, setting up an altar before games at which there are magic stones that he uses, along with magical tinctures or little drops that he puts in his mouth. Okay, we're talking about magic potions now. And then he says mantras, as he calls them, or some people would call those spells. So he has a little altar with magic stones on it. He takes magic potions and he chants spells before the game. And that is what Tom Brady attributes his success to. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Not his athletic prowess, not his preparation, not practice, not time on the tapes, but magical spells performed largely by his wife. That's amazing to me. We'll be back next week, folks. I'm Morgan Streetman, and that's the way I see it. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.